Here are 10 pivotal moments when the Constitution was tested, reshaping the country's legal and political framework. 1. Marbury v. Madison, 1803. This landmark Supreme Court case established the principle of judicial review, allowing the courts to strike down laws deemed unconstitutional. It tested the balance of power between the judiciary and other branches of government. 2. The Civil War, 1861–1865. The secession of Southern states tested the Constitution's ability to hold the Union together. Abraham Lincoln's suspension of habeas corpus and the legal status of secession pushed constitutional boundaries, ultimately leading to the end of slavery and the strengthening of federal authority. 3. The Alien and Sedition Acts, 1798. These laws, which limited free speech and targeted immigrants, tested First Amendment rights. The acts sparked a national debate about civil liberties versus national security, setting an early precedent for interpreting the Constitution during times of perceived threats. 4. The New Deal, 1933–1939. Franklin D. Roosevelt's sweeping economic reforms to address the Great Depression faced numerous legal challenges. The Supreme Court struck down several New Deal programs, leading to a constitutional crisis and a redefinition of federal government power over the economy. 5. Brown v. Board of Education, 1954. This case tested the Constitution's Equal Protection Clause, leading to the desegregation of public schools. The decision overturned the separate but equal doctrine established in Plessy v. Ferguson, and was a critical moment in the civil rights movement. 6. Watergate Scandal, 1972–1974. The Watergate scandal, culminating in President Richard Nixon's resignation, tested the limits of executive power and accountability. The Supreme Court's decision in United States v. Nixon reaffirmed the principle that no one, not even the president, is above the law. 7. The Patriot Act, 2001, passed in response to the 9/11 attacks. The Patriot Act expanded government surveillance powers, testing the Fourth Amendment's protection against unreasonable searches and seizures. This legislation sparked debates over privacy rights and national security. 8. The Impeachment of Andrew Johnson, 1868. Andrew Johnson's impeachment tested the separation of powers and the executive's relationship with Congress. The conflict arose over Johnson's resistance to Reconstruction policies, highlighting the political tension during the post-Civil War era. 9. Roe v. Wade, 1973. This landmark Supreme Court decision tested the constitutional right to privacy, leading to the legalization of abortion across the U.S. The case remains one of the most contentious in U.S. history, testing the boundaries of individual rights and government intervention. 10. The 2020 presidential election and January 6 insurrection. The events surrounding the 2020 election, including claims of election fraud and the violent January 6 insurrection, tested the Constitution's resilience in safeguarding democracy. The peaceful transfer of power was challenged, putting constitutional principles to a severe test. Each of these moments brought significant challenges to the U.S. Constitution, shaping the evolution of American law, governance, and civil rights. These tests have helped define the Constitution's role in preserving democracy and maintaining the balance of power in the United States.